I mean, I'm not
This
seeing.
cake's really good for like cheap cake. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, dude, that's. I don't really like cake. Like I don't. Like I like cake,
Or are you a pie guy?
but like no. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I love pie, but like most birthday cakes aren't usually ever very good.
Sure.
Like I don't know what it is, but even like wedding cakes, I never like have a good wedding.
21.
Cake.
I still fucking spill myself.
Look at that, dude. You can't even drink properly, just regular fluids.
So I can't drink alcohol.
Hey, one beer, you're done, man. You're just gonna be like spilling all over yourself. No, what's up? Here's what I did last night, like an idiot. So like I came home, and my friend who was over was like, "Where's your bathroom?" And I was like, "Oh, it's over here." And we have a bidet, like the spray thing that sprays your butt.
Yeah.
We have one of those.
Well, it specifically sprays your butthole, not
Yes,
your
butthole.
It doesn't like go like across like the cheeks and give it a whole
No.
wiper wash.
But if you turn it on a high setting, it will like shoot like across the bathroom, like a stream, like a hose. And so I was like showing him how to. I was like, "Oh, look at this!" And I turned it too far, and I literally just sprayed like all over. I was like pretty tipsy at this point, so I was like, "And look at this."
Oh, was this after the party?
Yeah. So
Okay.
So I turned it. I'm like, "Look at this!" I turned it, goes. I was like, "Well, time for bed. That's it. Night over."
You took the shirt off at least, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like spray.
Because knowing you, that's an optional thing that happens after.
Just hop in bed. Like that's it. All right, game over. In bed. Like that's.
I'm gonna live with the ramifications of my actions now.
Absolutely.
So like we raise it like
So,
this,
like, when
right?
you- let's say
And
your
then
dad
I start
was-
to lower mine.
So your dad was giving a toast at the party. I'd be like kind of lowering my glass.
Yeah, we'd all
like,
be like lower. Well, like only if you're going to like actually like clink glasses.
Oh, okay. So I have
not
to-
for toast.
So
like
I clink lower than you. I have to like.
where you keep you go as low as possible before the clink.
That is the strangest.
I
thing.
bet I can find a video on this. While I'm doing so, you should probably intro this.
That is absolutely the strangest thing. But you might be wondering where you are right now, and if you are, you are on. Well, not on. You are watching or listening to the Power Cycle Podcast. I am Jack Barron.
And I'm like Knowles, looking for YouTube videos as usual.
The birthday boy, we will call him.
Ex-birthday boy, especially when this comes out.
Yeah, especially when this comes out. But, well, Mike is looking for Japanese cheersing, which lowering glasses.
You don't have to read what I'm typing.
They might not be able to see it, Mike. So
They don't need this. They can just see the video I'm going to pull up.
But on this, this is also episode 15. It must be episode 15.
Okay, yeah, I don't know how to Google this, so I'm just going to. It's probably also like not like a weird thing to them, so it's probably not something to record and document.
15?
I mean, I'm looking. Hold on. I mean, you missed a week, so I want to say maybe 14.
I thought it was 4. I definitely remember it being 4.
Yeah, it's 15. You got it for once. Congratulations. It only took you like every other episode to figure out what episode it was.
There it is. But
I feel like we got to like 7 and you just started saying 15 every time. Because like at some point I'm gonna be right.
I mean, I've
like,
definitely been saying it every time. But in exciting news, I bought the Xbox Game Pass. $10
Did you really?
a month. I think it's worth it. Yes, I got it. I got
Oh
it.
no, it's worth it. That's
I got it for free once. I used it. I was like, oh, that was okay. And I didn't realize how much I liked it until I lost that free week. And I was like, oh, I did have a lot of
I'm just
games.
gonna say there's a Jonas Brothers song that like expresses that feeling.
Is there?
Audience knows. You're about that JB life, that Nick.
The Jonas
life.
Brothers life.
If you about Nick Jonas, that little hunk, you know what I'm talking about.
But so what happened was this weekend I was playing Gears of War, the original, like remastered, like the Gears of War, like Ultimate, whatever.
The HD remake.
Whatever
of
it is,
Gears
yeah,
of
that
War.
one.
Yeah.
Playing the HD remake, and I forgot how much I love Gears of War. I think it's like it's one of my favorite game series.
It's pretty simplistic.
But don't get into that. And so I was playing that. What else was I playing? I played something else. But when I was playing Gears of War, it really got me thinking because I was playing Gears of War instead of playing the Battlefront beta, which was out, instead of playing Battlefield 1, instead
keep
of
talking. I just want to put up a backdrop.
instead of playing like Overwatch, instead of playing these games I usually play,
Pay no attention to the Adobe behind the curtain.
I sat down, I played Gears of War, and it really got me thinking because I think Gears of War, it's one of my favorite games. I think it's fantastic. I love everything about it. But it is simple. It doesn't do anything that really blew me away. I don't think it did anything where I was like, wow, this is like, I can understand why this was a game changer 11 years ago. But that got me wondering, like, when I was playing the Battlefront 2 beta, like, I thought it was good. Like, I was like, okay, this is like a good game. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm enjoying it. but to me, it didn't feel like great. It didn't. I wasn't like, yes, like this is so awesome. And I was just wondering, like, what to you, like, makes, like, what is it that, like, games, that certain games do, like, games that come to your mind that you're like, this is fantastic. Like, what do you think it is, like, that secret sauce?
The Battlefront 2 beta.
Like, did you like it that much?
Oh yeah, it's so good.
It's like, so what is it for you?
It's so good. For me, it's like the Battlefront 2 beta is everything I ever wanted as a little nerd child that loves Star Wars. Like this is it. Like this is like I'm in Star Wars. Like I am in a Star War right now. Like it's beautiful. It's seamless for anyone that's played a modern first person shooter. It's immersive. Like all like the call out lines, the detail to like the soldiers and the equipment and stuff like that. It's just all contextually there with a balanced and very diverse gameplay, and it also promotes. The other thing is that, like, Star Wars, like, fans are, like, very passionate. They're very, like, it's very much about, like, oh, my God, you like this, too, and you do things together. And it's also a game that promotes that cooperative gameplay. It's not like Force Awakens or, Force Awakens isn't that good, but, like, Jedi Outcast 2, which is a game you know I fucking love. Or, like, it's a really good Star Wars experience. It's a solo experience. This is a really good Star Wars experience that promotes you experiencing it with your friends.
Now, I'd say that I think Battlefront 2 is very similar. Kind of the same company, developers of Battlefield 1. And to me, Battlefield 1, again, it's that good feeling. I'm playing a good game, but I'm not playing a great game. I'm not playing a game that, I'm like, oh my God, like this is like so much fun.
Armageddon.
And that's what I was saying. So to me, I was like looking at this Xbox Game Pass, and I was looking at all these old games where I'm like, oh my God, like these are so good. Like, and I'm trying to figure out, do you think what makes a game great today is different than when it was in the Xbox 360? Do you think like we have changing standards or changing?
Yeah. Like, so in certain departments, like the goalposts moves because of innovation. Games are like movies where it's like what makes a game great is what it does amazingly. It doesn't have to be amazing across the board and everything has to be great. It just needs to do one thing really well. And it has to do it unlike anything else or unlike other things at the time. So, like for example, you have a film like The Artist, that I think it's The Artist, right? That was that French black and white silent film.
Yes, it was, yes.
Right, which is like nothing, like not the kind of film you make today, but took that essence of the old style filmmaking so well and brought that forward as its primary thing. It's like, hey, this might not be the most original story, this might not be the best acting and stuff like that, but what it is that it's a perfection of this older craft. And that's also unique in this time frame. So, like, a game like the original Battlefront 2 was a very good multiplayer shooter for the time. It was, again, one of the earlier online shooters for multiplayer shooters. And it was the first time I think that I can recall it really crafted a really nice sci-fi game experience for fans of, like, a ravenous sci-fi game. Another example would be probably like Call of Duty, where it's probably by the time you get to Call of Duty Big Red 1 or probably Call of Duty 3, where they really honed in on the essence of what would then define the modern first-person shooter genre for the time.
Like, to me, like, I think Call of Duty is another good example. Like, I was playing the World War II beta, and I liked it. I was like, okay, like, again, it's that, I was like, but I'm not, like, blown away by it. And I feel like I should be blown away by it. Or, like, their goal is for me to love it. That's their goal, is for me to love this game. But I think, again, I like what you said about kind of crafting. Like, The Artist, I don't think The Artist, the story isn't groundbreaking. Like, it wasn't, like, some new narrative. But what they did was, I think, to me, it's passion. Like, they were like, we're going to do this. And
Passion was a huge part.
And when we do it, we're going to do it well. And that's why I was playing Gears of War. I was seeing that, I was like, wow, do you know what? Like, this game doesn't really do anything special. It's a very simplistic shooter. Like, but my goddamn, like the universe is awesome. Like the guns are cool. Like the whole like everything in that game is like all in. They're like, yes, we know this universe is goofy. All these guys are big macho men, like a chainsaw gun. Like, come on, that's so silly. But
I thought you were talking about Star Wars for a second,
no,
and I was like, what's goofy about Boba Fett?
No, but
I'm sorry, Jar Jar Binks.
Yes.
Hello, ever heard of him?
The most gritty character.
Macho Man Jar Jar Binks.
But again, I think Star Wars is a good example too. Like I think Star Wars is very, it's very campy. Like it's not like, it's not Saving Private Ryan, like, this intense drama.
And the Rogue One.
Yeah, sure.
I'll give you that one.
But I was saying, but it takes itself seriously. They're like, look, we know, like, they're clones and robots shooting at each other, and even the droids say funny things, but they say funny things.
Thank you, George Lucas.
Yes. I think they say funny things in the context of the universe. They're not just saying throwaway lines, you know. When I'm,
They're not just like wubba dubba dub dub.
yeah,
Like,
or they're
yeah.
not like, you know, when you're playing with the clones, like everything they're saying to each other is in the context of a universe. It's not like they're just like, okay, we need a clone to go like over there, or we need a clone to like scream when he dies. Like it's all making sense in this game, and that's what.
And it's the things you're used to hearing. Like
Yeah.
it's like oh, clanker over there. Like it's the terminology.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
It's like obviously the clones are all the same person, so it has that trademark clone voice. So like,
and like
that helps.
when you're in the menu and your avatar pops up, instead of it just being a character selection screen, you know, they're one of the holograms. Like it's like which is in the universe. I'm like, wow, like that's the Star Wars thing,
Right.
the blue hologram. Like that's something that they do in it, and like to me, those are the things that to me really make like I've been playing not the new, but like the reboot of Devil May Cry.
Yeah, the newest edition.
I flippin' love it. Like, I know people didn't like it. Like
I
love
play it. I was never a DMC guy.
Like I like it. I never played them either. I just got it because it was on the Game Pass. But when I'm playing that game, like it isn't good. Like I'm not like this is a great game. But when I'm playing it, I'm like, oh my god! Like they just took it so seriously. Like there's crazy weapons in it. The action's all over the place. The universe is silly. Like, but again, it's kind of like I'm sitting there. I'm like I'm enjoying this. I feel like whoever made this is like I feel like whoever made it also enjoys it. Like they're like I made this game and I also like it. And like when I was playing Gears of War, it's like here you're a big macho man with your chainsaw gun. Everyone's like big and gritty. Everyone eats a million bullets. Like you get to stomp someone's head in. Like it all is just like this is what you want. Like this is a big gritty. Like this is Gears of War. And I think with the first Battlefront, the one they did first, I thought it really captured Star Wars. I think I played the beta of this one and the first beta. I think I enjoyed playing the second one better. Like this beta I enjoyed more. But I think the original beta for the first one really captured.
But isn't it kind of cheating because the first beta you play on Hoth, which is like iconic Star Wars?
I do.
It's a little cheaty.
I will agree. Like I think turning it on, and like I think Naboo is a good like.
This isn't like this isn't a documented like thing from the movie.
To me, like Naboo is a great map. I'm like, yes, this is a good,
map design is really sweet.
Like I want a fight to happen here. Like this is like I want this. I want Naboo, but a little piece like if they.
But where are the youngins?
Yeah. But like if they had done it on like Geonosis, and I'll be like, yes, like get me in here. Like we're all like running at each other on like this map that I remember from the movie. I agree. I think that's kind of, but I did like it. I was playing it. I think the Starfighter Assault one really kind of like got me into it. Like because you can do the first person in the cockpit. You're flying around, and to me, I was doing that, and I was like, yes, like this is what I signed up for.
Are you? Can I expect to like walk into your apartment when I get back from LA, or hopefully, and then like just like walk in, you just have like a fighter pilot chair and a like ACC vibe over your head.
Well, I have like a because like I grew up on the movies, not like grew up on them. Like
I grew up on the movies.
But, like,
I grew up on the lots of LA. Just young paper boy.
Yes, just handing out scripts. But yeah, to me like that's what the first one almost captured. Like when I was doing the dog fights in this one, I was like, oh my! I was like saying lines from Star Wars. Like I was like a TIE fighter.
Give me a good Star Wars fighter.
Oh yeah, well, I was in a TIE fighter and I was like chasing after like this X-wing guy who was like trying to blow up the Star Destroyer, and we're like in like the little we're on the inside. Have you done the inside part yet? We're like we have to blow up the so we're on the inside like dodging everything, and I have like the missile locked on. It's like I'm like I have you now, and like that explodes up. That's what I'm saying. Like that to me. It's like what I want a game to do. Like when I play Gears of War, I get so into it. Like I say the lines with them. Like I like be in my room by myself. I'd be like, come on.
I'm really disappointed you didn't pick the best like pilot line of all time.
What's that one?
Just like pod racing back home.
Oh jeez, yeah.
Wait, no, that's not it. No. It's just like one
it's Beggar's Canyon back home. That one. Yeah.
No, there's something else. There's something else like that. No, the one oh fuck. I'm like take away my take away my nerd license, please.
No, when they're like
it's now this is pod racing. I'm mixing up two things. It's now this is pod racing. And
yes,
that's the line I was trying to say.
Yes, I remember now the first one.
But then and I mixed it up with just like Beggar's Canyon back home.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm what am I thinking?
I block out the Phantom Menace. It's just blocked out of my head.
Yeah, I know, but it's the meme line, so you have to remember the meme line. No, I played so much Rogue Squadron when I was a kid because it was like one of the first games I had on the GameCube. And like there's just like in the one like open world Tatooine like level, it's just like everything's about Womp Rats. So like I assume anything about like being back on Tatooine has to do with Womp Rats.
Yeah, and I think just making me think about like all of this, like capturing what I imagined Battlefront to be like. Like that's what I think is a very good test of like I think Battlefield 1 is a good example of a game that almost. I think Battlefield 1, like everyone writes in the forums, like
Battlefront 1.
Not about the Battlefield. I'm talking about Battlefield.
Oh, you're talking about Battlefield now. Okay.
Yeah, because this is an example of something that, like Battlefield, have talking about, like you even just saw me like getting really into my story. I was like, wow, he like really captured that imagination, and oh yeah, you got to put like, if you put Star Wars music on like
just keep talking,
like
keep
Spotify, but I was playing Battlefield 1, and I was sitting there, I was like, what? I remember that game first came out. I was like, oh my gosh. And I had this image in my head of like trenches, bolt action rifles, like we're stabbing each other. And when I played it, I was like, oh, like it's just Battlefield, but a World War One skin on it. Like that to me, like I think they should have sat down and been like, what sacrifices can we make to Battlefield to make it more World War One? Like if there was little to no vehicles in it, I think that'd be okay. Like I think they were worried about pissing off the Battlefield audience,
preserving the Battlefield brand rather than making a better.
But like to me, I'm like, what if they had made like a really, really good World War One game, very gritty, like everything.
The shareholders would have been really mad.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying, like how many people expected trenches? I expected trenches. I expected like this no man's land. We're all running at each other. Like I expected World War One, and I think they did capture it sometimes, but at the same time, like, I am running around with a machine gun. I'm running around with, a lot of stuff that people probably weren't doing in World War One.
Horses.
Yeah. Horses should be there. More horses than there were.
More horses.
Yeah. And, and the tanks are cool, like, but the tanks also are like, there's like the one tank you drive by yourself and like blow up everyone. I'm like, this is kind of World War One. This is also just a Battlefield game with a World War One skin.
I mean, like back then they also didn't know how to handle a tank.
That's true, yeah.
It's like literally the war starts and they're like, let's try this thing, and they just roll out a tank and you're like, what the fuck is that?
But like I wouldn't have minded like a clunkier tank, a tank that really captures. Like I think the first mission of Battlefield 1 is perfect. I think they captured it perfectly. Like it's chaotic. It's when they were like, you're not expected to survive and you die and your name pops up with how old you were when you died. I'm like, is this the whole game? If this is the whole game, it's gonna be the best game of all time. And then it just turns into a typical Battlefield game where like, it's whatever. There's like a main character. It's yeah. But to me, like I think that's what I've been noticing a lot in my gaming is I think that is what I look like. It made me think about what makes a good game. What I sat down, I was like really sitting in my chair. And I was like, why am I playing Gears of War 1 11 years later? What did Gears of War do that I'm still playing? Or what Halo 3 is a classic example of a game that like whenever like that's the thing. Like when everyone if you mention Halo 3 to anyone, they are like, that is the game I spent years every Friday night.
Oh my god! And I can talk forever about Halo 3.
That's what I'm saying.
Halo
like,
Reach.
What? So like, if I was making a game, I'd be like, what did Halo 3 do that made everyone sit down and want to play it?
Oh, that's easy. The defining narrative. Also, it's a originally it was an end cap to a narrative, so it kind of cheats in that way. Yeah. But also the fact that it perfected its own unique gameplay, which is what sold in the original, like in the first place, was like a very unique single and multiplayer gameplay. It perfected that at that point, and also then gave that back to the fans to do it what they wanted with like Forge mode and stuff. That was like where they killed it.
So like I was sitting here playing like Call of Duty World War II. I'm like, you know what this game should do? I'm like to me, I imagined like the original Call of Duty. I'm like, oh yeah, like this is gonna be.
Does Call of Duty have a theme song? I can't even think of Call of Duty.
No.
Okay, but like, should do that. Get on Activision.
But like I still play Call of Duty 2. I still play Call of Duty. I'll go on YouTube and watch Call of Duty 3 because I don't own it. Just because I'm like, wow.
2 was Big Red One, right?
There are two 2s. So there's Call of Duty 2 and there's Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1. There's like that's like its own. There's Call of Duty 2 and there's Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1.
Are they two different games or is it like a re-release?
Call of Duty 2 is you play as the British, the Americans, and the Russians.
Okay.
And like 3 like campaigns. Big Red 1 is purely like the infantry unit the big red one, like just American.
Oh, okay,
just,
weird.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I did it. I think it was just like
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I was gonna assume you're correct.
Oh yeah, I had.
All I know it was on GameCube. That's
I had. Yeah, but yeah, it was purely just the big red one.
I guess I think the camera's off a bit. It's fine. It's just bugging me. I think because I kicked it and I like fixed it. I thought, but I think I didn't really fix it. It is what it is. It's just like I think it's gonna be a little tilted. That's gonna tilt me.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's gonna tilt you. But that
Anyway.
I think like that's what I'm saying. Like to me, like, and even when I was like Destiny 2, like all these betas are coming out all at once, and whenever I sit down to play them, I'm always like, I always like to think about a game in the sense of, the graphics, the controls, like those are all important. But at the same time, what's more important to me is the game going to engross me? Is the game going to be like, here is our universe, like dive in, like learn about it, like we put all this effort into it because we really like it, and that's like I think Call of Duty 2 World War II to me is like they like it, but they're like, like it's Call of Duty, like what I mean, like to me, when I played like other old Call of Duty, I was like, wow, like. I think Modern Warfare, like today Modern Warfare, they were into it. They're like, we're gonna make this first Modern Warfare shooter. We don't know what it's gonna be like. Like no one else is doing it, but like we're gonna do it. And to me, it's perfect. Like it's so interesting. Like all these creative ideas that are in it, and like that's to me like so like even the Call of Duty sniping mission is like that's like not a meme, but like a trope. Like
right.
These sniping. Call of Duty did that. Like that was like that's what I'm saying. Like Gillies in the Mist or Gillies. I think it's Gillies in the Mist.
That sounds correct.
It's like, people like think about that as like a defining moment of like Call of Duty. Like they're like, no one did that. Like that is so cool. Like nothing like that. And that's me. I'm like, that's like about Gears of War. I'm like, wow, like curb stomping locusts. Like that took my childhood. I was like, that's what I did with my time.
Creating a fear of locusts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do I tell you one time me and my buddy, we were playing Gears of War 3 like all night, and then we went to my brother's baseball game, and we're just like walking around. And all of a sudden, this dude, it must have been like a coach or something. I don't know what it was. Maybe we misheard. But we're standing there like after playing Gears of War for like 8 hours. And all we hear is this guy yell, "Locust!" Like as loud as he can. I had PTSD. I was like, what? Where? I was like, where's my Lancer? I was just so like.
Just run to the closest shed looking for a chainsaw.
Like he looked at, my friend looked at me, he's like, oh my god, did you hear that? I was like, oh man.
But you were already gone. Like he looked over to you, but you were just, there was a dust cloud of your figure there.
I will say the Locusts are the only gaming villain where I'm like, if they I want to fight the Covenant. Like I love to fight like aliens, like all in. I would fight like Battlefield, like World War I. Like I'd fight that. I'd do that. If the Locusts showed up, get me out of there. I don't want to fight the Locusts.
Wait, what's the difference?
I think the Locusts are so flippin' scary. Like they're not scary. It's just
you think the Locusts are more scary than the Flood?
Yeah, I don't know what. I think it's just the universe of Gears of War is very like doom and gloom, like very like we're all gonna die. And whereas like
wait. So the universe of Gears of War, where it's an internal struggle for one planet that like the enemy has never won, is more scary than a world where your own civilization has conquered most of the known galaxy, and then in the span of like years loses control and has most of the galaxy obliterated by enemy force.
No, I don't
that
think
actually wins.
I mean, like I think like the Flood are scary, like, but they're not like I don't know, like not like scary. Like to me, the Locusts are just like they're evil looking. They're very
Arbiter's mission in Halo 2 really creeped me out back in the day.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Oh yeah, it's the Arbiter. The Halo 2 is a very weird. Halo 2 is a very weird, especially the Arbiter missions. Like they're very quiet.
They're really good.
Like they're very quiet missions.
Good. There's a whole documentary on it. Actually, you should watch it. I should link it to you.
On like Halo 2.
Halo 2, yeah, and there's a whole like episode that's about like when they decided to like split the story.
Oh really?
And it's like it was really good. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like to me, like I wonder if we will look at Battlefront 2 11 years from now the same way we look at the original Battlefront. Now, granted, we're adults now, so it's a bit more like we don't get as into it as
professionals.
We don't get as into it as we used to. But at the same time, like I got really into Overwatch. Like you got really into it. Like I know people who got like
sure
a game that they got. But again, remember how like you always said. Like you always say in the podcast how like the people who made it were like we're gonna make it a movie, but then we made it a game. We made it whatever it was.
They're never gonna make it a movie.
But I thought it originally was a movie.
No, the Overwatch.
Yeah, like the
idea. Overwatch is Project Titan.
Oh, okay.
And then they re-scrapped it. Like, what was fun about this project that we liked?
Okay.
Like, I think it was Farah. I want to say Farah or Tracer, one of the first characters.
Okay. But to me, it's like that's what I like is they had a character where they're like, we have this character that we want to put somewhere. We like what we're making. Let's make things that let's build around all this stuff that we like. And that to me is what I think some of the best games that I've played are the ones where I'm like, I feel like the people like this. It's capturing exactly the imagination that I thought it would. Like Halo is a perfect example of a game where it's like, you're the Master Chief and this is what you're doing. And I'm like, oh, sweet. Like, let's get this shit started. Like, I'm the Master Chief. Whereas, like, Halo 4, I remember I was playing Halo 4, and, like, everyone's a Spartan now. I'm like, this is just dumb. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? I thought, Matt, like, everyone's like,
Yeah,
no.
I don't really talk about, except for Halo 5's multiplayer, which is okay. I don't talk about post-Reach.
That's what I was, like, sitting there. I was like, Halo Reach is a great one.
Yeah, Halo Reach are all Spartans, but it makes more sense. Because they're not, like, the Spartan.
I remember playing Halo Reach, and I was like, this is, like, the Halo game. I remember it was announced, and I was like, oh, man. Like
Halo Reach is like the Star Wars Battlefront of Halo games in the sense that it's designed to not be like as much story as it is just a really good Halo gameplay experience.
Yeah, I'm saying like, but like the marketing of it. Like, I remember I was watching the commercials, and they're like, the fall of Reach. And I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
Yeah, I think it was like the Super Bowl or some big football event was on, and I'm in the other room because I'm not watching football. Obviously, I'm just eating a sandwich or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And my dad's like, hey, Mike, come in here. And, like, my family's watching football, and it's just a Halo. I was like, isn't that thing you wanted for your birthday? And I'm like, yeah, it is.
But
like, yeah, it is.
Like the tagline, like, I remember it was like, there was this whole campaign of marketing that wasn't even about the game. It was about the game, but, like, it wasn't, like, buy this game.
Well, because you knew the game. Like, you knew what Halo is at this
Yeah,
point. It's like,
but
they just need the feels. They're just like,
Yeah.
we know it's not old enough to be nostalgia, but we know there's a little bit of seeds of
Yeah, but
nostalgia
they're
now.
like,
We're getting it.
It was like the whole before Reach thing where, like, they had all those advertisements of, like, the city before Reach, and they were like, when he's trying to get the bomb, he has the jetpack. And, like, I remember I was on, like, Facebook, and they had, like, this thing where you would sign your name, and it would put, like, one dot into the statue, and, excuse me, and, like, that to me, like, captured it. I was like, they're like, what is Reach in this series? Reach is, like, this thing where the whole planet was wiped out. Like, it was a defeat. It was a loss. And, and what happens in the game to make me feel that way? And I think it captured that.
It's the Phantom Menace where it was made correctly instead of being the Phantom Menace.
Yeah. And I think, like, Halo 3, I remember the Halo 3 marketing as well. They had the interviews with have you seen those commercials, by the way? Like, the whole Halo 3 marketing?
Oh, I watched all the vidocs. You don't want the vidocs, right?
Not do you mean, like, the developers talking?
Yeah.
Or,
No,
the ones like the ones like the fake veteran interviews.
Oh, no, yeah, the commercials. Yeah, I've seen all the
God.
commercials because I
Those
made
are-
multiple videos I need.
Those should be in a history book of some of the best commercials of all time.
Oh yeah, they're so good.
I watched that, like, me and my brother.
When's the last time they made like good marketing for like a video game?
I remember. Oh,
Because like I can't think of anything good past Reach, to be honest. I guess Black Ops and Black Ops 2 have pretty good marketing.
Oh, there's a soldier in all of us. That was solid marketing.
Yeah, those are really good.
They're not as good anymore. The first one nailed it.
No, Black Ops and Black Ops 2, like just
Yeah.
specifically those because they brought it back for Black Ops 2. Like those
Yeah.
are like
Or like I think, and then Modern Warfare had like the Noob and the Channing Tatum Jonah Hill one. I think it was Channing.
Yeah, but I'm saying no. I'm trying to think of the newest one though. Like
Newest
Black
one.
Ops 2 was after that. Like what's the most recent one you can remember is what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, I think I remember those ones. I'm trying to really think of the last video game that really got me going. There hasn't been too many. I remember I watched the Wolfenstein trailer a lot of times though. That was really
But that's
good.
just like a trailer. I don't count that. Like that's
like TV marketing,
that's like
like-
saying FIFA. Yeah, like I'm like
Oh, yeah.
because like all that's something like Madden and FIFA commercials on TV. It's just gameplay. That's all. It's just like Madden and FIFA coming out, but it's like the Halo and the Call of Duty. Like those are like there was like that was actual advertising. That was actually sat down. It's like what are we gonna do for
to like
this?
get someone to look at it.
Right,
Like,
like, yeah,
okay.
it was like it's not here's the product. It's we're taking it a step further. We're actually creating a campaign. Like
I'm trying to really think. I don't think there are too
mini topic here. I guess we're getting into now.
No, that's fine, but I really don't think they do that a lot anymore. Like now that I'm really thinking about
Yeah,
it,
that's
like
what I'm trying to
that
figure
was
out.
it. Only I think it really only
I'm gonna see when Black Ops 2 was. I'm gonna like try to think of games.
like I
coming
think
out
it
after.
only really happens for I think those
So
big
2012. Anything came out.
I think those big blockbuster games are the
But even
ones.
they don't like Battlefield. The last thing Battlefield did that I can remember was they had Freddie Wong use the rest of their advertising budget to make a short, and like that. I don't even know if that was on TV or not, but I know it was on YouTube. But that was before 2012. They didn't come out after 2012. They had a good campaign, marketing campaign.
I really don't. I'm trying to think. 2012. I mean, I really.
Yeah, that's things. I mean, like I can't like I'm talking about like TV, or else I would say the audio. It's technically a radio drama, but the podcast story series they did for Halo 5.
Oh,
that was great. But
that's Halo 4. I thought was that 4 or 5?
No, it was 5 because it had to do with Locke. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, that is a perfect example. No, Halo. Yeah, Halo 5 had a lot of good. They had the.
Did it have TV ads that weren't just
yes,
gameplay?
It did. It had the one where Locke was dead, but also the Chief was dead, and like depending on what one you were watching, it was like the one.
Oh wait, they did.
Yeah,
I just wasn't watching.
He's
TV.
like, oh,
yeah.
the Great Protector. Like I was like, oh my god, this would be the best Halo
That's
game
right.
ever.
That's right. Yeah.
And then apparently Locke
TV.
was in it for like an hour, like or it was like or Chief was in it for like an hour. Like it was
a game. No, it was half and half. It was like Halo 2. It was like, but like Chief was like on the Arbiter side, which was just a little.
I heard like the whole Chief Locke thing.
Did you not play Halo 5?
Absolutely not. Do you think I touched Halo 5?
You should. It's not as.
I actually just downloaded it.
Oh, good. It's not as bad as 4.
I was like, it's on the Game Pass.
It's not. It's definitely the worst comparing it to the original 4, like even counting Reach. But it's better than 4. It gets a little bit more legs back on the multiplayer.
I heard the multiplayer is good.
Our first video is you playing the multiplayer. You realize that, right?
Flashback.
Like that's like our first video. Is like the first video was you came over to play the multiplayer because you weren't going to buy the game when it came out, and I did.
It was me just screaming "fuck" every time I died.
And then Gabby, who I haven't seen forever, she still exists. Is she a person?
Does she still exist? Yeah, I don't think she poofed out of existence.
I mean, you're like, oh, she's my wifey, and then I didn't see her after like, the first semester.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting married. Yeah.
Right, but like I haven't seen her since the first semester. So like, what happened to that?
I think she moved like we were like all in the same area for like a little bit.
Okay, but I never. Whenever I see you, she's never hanging out with you.
Oh yeah, we don't really hang out as much as we used to. So, but we're not playing Halo 5. She's only around Halo 5's around. But yeah, maybe kind of like put a little button on the topic and kind of I think it was interesting just to think back and look at these games in my life that I've played, and I go, what made them so good? Why did I love BioShock? Why did I love Gears of War? Why do I still play Medal of Honor Airborne? Why do I sit down after literally playing that game 15? I try to play it because it's downloaded, but I need the disc, which is heartbreaking, by the way, because I thought I could play it. I was like, I'm going to play Medal of Honor Airborne, and then I'm like, oh, I can't play. So, like, why does this game make me? Because it's not a good game. It's not like, it's not like a 90 or 90%, 90 out of 100 on Metacritic, whatever. It's not like they were like, Medal of Honor Airborne's like the game. But I'm like, you know what? God damn it. I can tell they love this game. I bet they're like, let's make an airborne game. I'm like, well, how do you make that? They're like, well, you go jump out of the plane and you just do whatever you want. And like, people are like, what?
I think the words "whatever you want" are a little deceptive to the audience.
But they're like, we're gonna drop you out of the plane, and then you kind of you can land on a roof. You can land in the middle of the enemy. You can kind of do whatever you want. You kind of just land somewhere. And then there are, and what's nice is I still want a game to do this to this day, is I love that they plop you down and they go, here are your 4 objectives, go do them, and so you have to run all the way to the one side of the map and you fight everyone all the way there, but then when you come back, there's no one there because you fought, everyone's dead, everyone's moved on to the next objective.
I hate to spoil this, but I'm pretty sure Sniper Elite does the exact same thing.
Oh, so yeah, that's to me like that's a sniper, like I can go all over, but this is like you're in the middle of an operation, like Call of Duty,
like a sniper.
No, but like Call of Duty wouldn't like plop you down on a map. And be like, okay,
sure.
Objective.
Sure.
Go that way and then come back.
Correct.
And or even like they're very linear. This one was like, here is your sandbox. Here are your objectives. Like go do them, and you can feel it feels like a battle. It feels like because when you complete one, not what why are enemies still going to be there? Like their objective is destroyed, so they're going to go over there, and like that again. It's what is this game doing? What I think, they were sitting around the table saying, like, this is what I wanted to do. I feel like about Medal of Honor, Gears of War, like Halo 3 are games where they said, this is what we want to make, and they made it. Whereas I play something like Call of Duty World War II, and they're like, we want to make a World War II game. Like, oh, but it's Call of Duty, so we kind of got to do, like, A, B, C, D to make sure it's still Call of Duty. And then I sit there and I go, like, it's good, like, it's fun, but, like, it doesn't, it doesn't evoke the feeling that I think it should. It doesn't, boots on the ground, like World War II, like I'm in the middle of this thing, and like I think Wolfenstein looks great. It's like a game where they're like, you're a big beefy dude, go blow shit up, and I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go play this, and then like that's and it does what it sets out to do. It's like
right, and like Wolfenstein, like and most people agree, like the gameplay is polished, but it isn't like the best gameplay experience. But that's because what they care about is presenting the best possible story and like experience.
Story, universe. It takes itself seriously. It's goofy. It's silly. You're doing all this crazy one-man army action shit, but it's in the backdrop of this universe that takes itself very seriously. And I think that's what makes these games good is like it doesn't matter. And even with TV, I just watched American Vandal, which is hysterical, but
so good. Wait, you finally watched it? You watched all of it?
I watched all of it.
Oh,
and it's
so good.
It's so good, but
so good.
To me, I looked.
That's what we're talking about after the podcast.
Yeah, I was like sitting there watching it. I was like, these people must have loved making this. They loved making it. I love watching it. It takes itself seriously, and like it does what I feel like it does what it wanted to do. I sat there. I was like, you know what? Like this feels like they sat down with this idea. And they made it, and didn't let anything get in the way.
I'm sure this happened. Yes, they did. They definitely sat down with an idea. They definitely made the idea, and I watched the idea because they did those two things.
But like I could imagine like they might have sat down, and be like, okay, we're gonna do this like whole American Vandal thing. And I'm like, okay, but can you also do like A, B, C, D, and like and they kind of change it around. And so I don't know. I hope that when Battlefront 2 comes out and I sit down to play it, I get that feeling of like, oh man, like I'm in the middle of a Star Wars battle. I'm in the middle of like all these things I imagine I could finally be in like first person like 2017 graphic level stuff. And so I don't know, it's something that I know usually I bring in a news topic, but sometimes I like to sit down and just kind of think about our hobby and our passion.
Sure. No, I mean, spoiler alert, my topic is not based on a news story either.
Oh, how exciting. Then hit me up.
I think this actually rolls in pretty well. Are you done with this? I'm going to move this out of your way if you are. No, if not, you can keep eating. I just didn't look. Anyway, so my topic is actually, I want to take the time to kind of like go together and discuss and put together a chart of, because this goes off your topic well of like what makes games great.
Are you making a chart or
I'm gonna make a chart while we're talking about this.
Oh,
I'm gonna make it on Photoshop and I'll put it up on the screen when it's done or as we do parts of it. Yeah, it's called editing. It's crazy that we can like do things in post.
Thank you, Garcon.
This is the only time the phrase "fix it in post" is actually like a thing we're doing.
Fix it in post.
Yeah, don't do that. Never say that to an actual filmmaker. They'll fucking hate you. So anyway, so I want to take the time. It's gonna be a little flawed because we're youngins, we have been around for
young.
Gaming.
We're 21 years old.
I mean, but in the sense of gaming, in the sense of gaming,
I can agree with that.
Right,
that's fair.
I want to kind of try to put a comprehensive chart of like the defining like genres of gaming as it evolved, like what dominated. So one example I want to put forward now is that. You mentioned how like you play Call of Duty, you play new Call of Duty. It's like, oh, it's just Call of Duty. And my counterpoint to that is that the gameplay isn't worse, and it's not the fact that it's Call of Duty that you don't like. It's the fact is the current trend, which I want to put forth the games that are currently leading this generation in the last 2-3 years now, are multiplayer based shooters that have either cooperative teamwork built in. Or are focused around not multiplayer in the sense of teamwork, but multiplayer in the sense of large numbers of people that are focused around objective-based things and sometimes teamwork, and not just the running around in a maze shooting. So the first concerns I want to put up is that our current generation is defined by games like Overwatch, games like PUBG, and games that are MOBAs.
I would say I think going on with that, I think it's the competitive. They are. I think competitive is now a new word we can add. This is the competitive genre, but also just gameplay wise, like Call of Duty's gameplay. And this is what I realized when I was playing is like it's not that I don't want to play this game anymore. It's like what I've been spending my time doing is not this anymore, and like it's weird to like step back when I'm trying to get good at these other things that kind of clash with it. Well, no, I know. Like going off that, the whole. I think Overwatch is a good example where. The games I play now, like Battlefield 1 especially, I'll play Battlefield 1, I'm like, this is fun, but like, you know what, like a little piece of me wants to keep playing Overwatch because I feel like I'm, again, like that competition that I need to get a higher rank, not level-wise, but I need to beat someone and get higher.
But Call of Duty has that too.
No, that's what I'm saying, yeah, I think, that's why I think what we're talking about is like, I think multiplayer, but I think also I would say / like competitive. Like I think there are games that are competitive, and there are games that aren't. Like I don't think Battlefield 1 is very competitive. Like I don't think it's like they don't think there are teams of people who are like there are people who do like my friend did that. Like he would play like competitively but I think like to me like Overwatch is like we are making this a need. Like this is meant to be / something that people compete on, and we watch people compete on.
Okay, so we have to start by defining what years this takes place in.
Okay, so
I think I want to argue that the MOBA generation is its own generation also, and I think right now I want to say that this generation is defined by like Overwatch,
Yep.
PUBG,
Sure.
What's the other one I want to talk about? Division. These are big, expansive, objective-based games, and not games about just mindlessly killing people in small
Division,
maps.
like Tom Clancy Division.
Yeah.
Oh, I play that often. No.
I'm not saying, but I'm not saying like it's like the big cornerstone, because I think right now like.
Well, I think it fits. I think it's trying to get into that trend,
Right.
that market. That.
But like the gameplay style is like the same, is my point. Like these are games that sold well, they did well.
Yeah.
Or Destiny even.
Oh, okay.
Destiny, like that's the game I was trying to think of.
Okay, Destiny. Yeah.
Like these are games they're first person shooters, but it's not about the shooting. It's about these giant worlds that are either story based, like Destiny or Division, or that are player based, like Overwatch and PUBG.
I would say even,
and they're all based around objectives and like completing and getting higher competitively, because that's the objective, but also that the game itself is not about how good you are with your gun, but how good you are at understanding this game.
Okay, I think we have moved away from. Okay, it's interesting how I remember games used to be like, okay, like we played multiplayer, like okay, I'm just gonna play team deathmatch, and like that was it. That was all it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Like you're just playing team deathmatch, whereas nowadays it's like, what kind of quirk can I add to it? What kind of
quirk?
What kind of spin can I put to my game that I'll make people want to play it more?
So what years are we giving for this?
Like the current stuff?
Yeah, I think like I want to say like 2015 to now 2017.
Yeah, I'd say 2015. Yeah, it kind of got it. In college. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I think we should only choose 3. So leave out Division probably.
I would say Overwatch is a big one.
Overwatch, Destiny, PUBG.
Yeah, I think those are.
And yeah, and then like obviously there's like King of the Kill, H1Z1, and then like there was like predecessors to those that were like in the older generation, like you played it and I didn't, or I think you played it. The zombie survival game, that was a mod.
DayZ, whatever.
DayZ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like those style of the open. I think open like multiplayer. I was even like the survivalist aspect. Like, I think Destiny is a good. I don't know if Destiny is like the biggest one, but I think that's that style of game.
I think it's one of the biggest ones in that style.
I don't know if I don't play Destiny, so it's probably much more popular than I think it is.
Oh, I based on the fact that you don't play Destiny, I'm going to tell you that it is way more popular than you think it is. It's pretty damn popular. Like so I know a lot of people would discuss, and this was something I was thinking about was coming up with this topic, is whether or not we're also in a generation that is survival based games. But my counterpoint to that, of anyone that wants to discuss that, and also obviously we want you guys to put your opinions in the comments and tell us how wrong we are, is that first of all, the genre has only taken a rise in the last like year, so I don't think we can call it like we can't call it a whole thing.
I would say they were.
Persist.
I say I would say they existed. Like I know DayZ's been around a little bit. That survival.
But in popularity is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like they've been around. But I'm like now like PUBG is a good example of something where like everyone knows about it, whereas like DayZ was like if you were a gamer you knew about it,
right?
Like you somehow.
And that's a technology thing too. That's my second point to that, is like not that I don't think we can give it its own defining like term in gaming yet, because like it hasn't been around long enough. But also that we don't know if this is just a small fad, also because of the fact that, oh my god, technology is at the point where we can actually reproduce a good survival game that's not just like you.
I would say I would say PUBG is a very weird game. Like to me, it is a very like I look at it and I've played it and obviously and I definitely I'm like, this is weird. Like this is I almost feel like it should have been done by now. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like,
I gotcha.
Like I'm playing it. I'm like, wow, this is so unique. I'm like, why? I'm like, this sounds like a simple, like this sounds like exactly like someone should have thought of over 20, 25 years of gaming. Like, how is someone not thought of?
And it's the technology is what comes.
That's what I'm saying. So like, it is very interesting to think about that game where I'm like, wow, like this game, and like even like I don't have it, But like I said, I'm like, how popular is PUBG? Like, and like every podcast is like, why is PUBG so popular? What makes PUBG so good?
Yeah.
Like why is everyone playing it?
How can we get this lightning in a bottle for us?
That's what I'm saying. Like everyone is kind of like, what is this game? Like why does everyone like it so much? And so I think that game will be something where, like, to me, I won't be surprised. Like, yeah, even like there's a game called like The Culling on like Microsoft on the Xbox Marketplace.
Yeah.
It's the exact same game as PUBG, and that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
it's not the exact same game.
But the concept.
Sure.
And that's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't be surprised in the next like year if you see other people coming out with PUBG style games. Like,
I mean, battle royales are like people are already doing it.
oh, there you go. And, so that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna see all. Like, that's to me how I know a game is like making a trend. Like Overwatch. How many Overwatch copies came out? Whatever. Like dozens.
Right.
Like and you know what I mean. Like I remember,
Does I just realized you just said dozens.
yeah.
All like 36 of them.
All Baker's dozens. 12 in the free one. But yeah. I agree. So like, Overwatch to me, yeah, big one. PUBG, and especially like, in the last 2 years. I'm trying to think of anything that was like really big in 2 years. How long has Overwatch been out for? A year? 2 years?
Yeah, a year and a half now.
Wow, really?
Your anniversary was in the spring.
That's nuts.
Yep.
It has been out a while. That's crazy.
Feels like it's been longer because I
That's what I'm
spent
saying.
so many hours in that game.
I mean, it feels like it's been out for years at this point. Like I
in a good way though, not in a bad way.
Yeah, like I log on, I'm like, oh, no. I think of Overwatch like I think of like Magic. Like to me, it's just a thing that I do.
Yeah.
Like there's no age to it. I just kind of do it.
Yeah,
like,
it's just there, and it's always been there as far as you're concerned. At this
yeah,
point.
it's just there. Exactly, I agree. It's just kind of there.
All right, so we got the first news generation. I think it's easier if we work backwards,
I like that.
just because like, we'll once we get to the point where we can't put up an argument or realize that we're too young to
I agree.
to make an opinion past that point.
Yeah.
So my next one I want to put up. This is basically as far as I figured out myself. I think so far, but I want to still
Sure.
get your input. It's I think the next generation, and let me just check real quick on a date for this. The next generation spans from like 2010 to 2015, and it's the MOBA generation.
Really? Yeah, I'm trying to think of like 2010, 2015. Yeah, is that League of Legends and stuff?
Yeah, that's like League of Legends into all stuff, and I also want to also bracket in here online TCGs as a secondary.
You think they're that? But like, was that Hearthstone? 2014, 2019? It might have been Hearthstone. Yeah.
It's been Hearthstone, but it's when also people just kept making
saying-
them too. So it's kind of a cheat.
I was like, Hearthstone came out when I was in high school. Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
I'm old. Oh my god.
It's not that you're old. It's just your sense of time is just
yeah,
whack.
You know, because I forget. Like I'm trying to think of like what I was playing when. I'm like, wow, it's all kind of like blending. But yeah, like, Hearthstone. Wow, Hearthstone was college. Okay, Hearthstone was college, and not college, high school. And I'm trying to think like.
I can find out when Hearthstone. I can give you a year. Hearthstone was on the back end of it though, definitely. Hearthstone came out in that's not it.
I'm trying to think. What could it?
Hearthstone came out in 2014.
Wow, did it really?
Yep.
That is.
So that would have been your senior year because I graduated in 2015.
Yeah, so I was still playing. The Xbox One wasn't out yet.
Nope.
Oh wow! It might have just come out. March 2014.
Hold on, I'm looking at when Destiny came out. The first Destiny. Yeah, 2014. 2014 came out.
So I was
It came out like winter of end of 2014.
I think the Xbox One came out when I was a senior in high school. I don't think it came out when I was a junior. I think it came out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, you graduated high school in 2014, right?
Yeah.
Xbox One came out in your first year of college.
No.
Because it came out in the winter of 2014.
Did it really?
Yes. Which would have been my junior year.
No, because I got an Xbox One at prom. I got one.
Junior prom. Or no, wait, what?
I got
what year
one.
did you graduate high school? You're a year older than me, correct?
I graduated 2014. Yeah.
Okay.
I won an Xbox One at my prom. Like I won. I was given an Xbox.
I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, August of
2016.
That can't be correct.
That's not correct. That's Xbox X.
Yeah, I was like that.
Hold on, we're getting on a huge rabbit hole here.
Yeah, I know you're
Original Xbox One. Release date. Come on, Google.
Get your shit together.
2013.
2013. Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say yeah. I definitely
Wow.
got one at prom. Yeah.
Okay.
That's older than
I
thought it
definitely
was.
didn't get one until like a year later.
Yeah, I won it at prom. I had two Xbox.
You
Ones for
won
the
one at prom.
You should have seen me.
Privilege.
I put one ticket in. It's a great story.
Privilege.
I put one.
Better lucky than good. Sounds like
Yeah.
a Tron and Infinity player to me.
I put one ticket in this basket, right? And the woman who was my girlfriend's mom at the time, So like
privilege.
So she picks up the name of the and she goes, and the Xbox goes to, no lie, Mike. It's like 3:00 in the morning. I'm exhausted. I stand by. I go, Jack Barron. I stand up. She hasn't even said the name yet, and she just goes, yeah, Jack Barron. I'm like, thank you. And I just like trot down.
Oh
like,
my god.
Oh my.
Rigged.
Oh, it was the best.
Rigged. Did you see the slip?
I did. For all I know, she just said it because I was the boyfriend. Like she might have been like, I'll hook up.
Rigged.
And I ended up selling it to her. Like, oh, conspiracy.
You sold it to her?
I did sell it to her. Yeah.
Why?
Because I already had one.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't get another one. But
wait, if your argument was I won one at prom, why didn't you? But you already had one. Why didn't you default to the argument of I bought it before prom, like way before prom?
Well, I remember winning one. Buying one's nothing, but winning one's so exciting.
But you already knew. Okay, never mind. So deal with. Okay, so MOBA generation,
sure.
2010 to 2014.
I think what I was playing in 2010.
You know what? I'm gonna make it 2012 to 2014. I think 2010 is a little too gracious. I think it got popular.
2010's like Modern Warfare 2. Like that's right when that was coming out. Like I know 2009.
Yeah.
Came out,
so I think I need to amend that a bit because also I think League came out like way before people actually knew about League.
Oh yeah,
So
I know my friend played it before. It was like a huge. I think it wasn't immediately popular. I don't think.
Right.
So I think we had to like get to that point.
Any other additions to this maybe?
I'm trying to think.
Discussions you want to throw into there?
I'm trying to think if there's anything that like came out that I was playing at the time. And 2012, I think that's when I started to cut back on videos. I'm trying to think if there's anything like really big going on where I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is the game.
Like Destiny came out, but it wasn't like Destiny came out in that time frame, but like people played it, but it wasn't like it was still more of its own thing. It definitely wasn't like a genre thing, which is why we put it up more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else like really. Can't think of anything crazy. But yeah, like Smite came out on this time frame too.
Yeah, I remember my friend played Smite. Yeah,
Smite was pretty good.
Smite's pretty good.
I wasn't a fan of League and Heroes, but Smite was good. I fuck with Smite.
I'm gonna say it is free on Xbox. Smite, if I can get that.
I know. I played it on.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, I fucked with that game. That game was sweet.
I
Okay,
fucked that game.
I fucked with that game. All right, so we got that one down. Good for us. 2 down. All right, so now we're going to the spots where I haven't actually done any forethoughts.
Okay.
And so we're just like, we're going to use Google and we're going to discuss this and we're going to figure out what the hell we're going to do.
We're just riffing.
So we got to fill a place up to 2011.
Okay.
So the only argument I can make is that when did Minecraft come out?
Oh.
Do that for me real quick while I'm fixing this.
Minecraft release.
You can just search Minecraft. It usually comes up on the side. Just search Minecraft. Just and like on the right side usually gives you product information.
There we go. 2009.
Okay, and Halo Reach came out 2010.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double check that quick.
But I'll also say in 2010, Mass Effect 2 came out. I think that's a pretty big one.
Okay, so I want to argue one thing we can dub this is that
and Red Dead Redemption came out in 2010.
Okay, so never mind. So this, definitely. So my argument now for this one is that 2009 through 2011 is the sandbox period. I'm talking, when did Grand Theft Auto 4 come out too?
4?
Yeah.
I don't think it came out. What year?
2008.
Wow,
so that's close.
Really?
So I want to argue 2009 through 2011 is the sandbox period.
Doesn't tell you. I feel like these games came out like 2 years ago. I'm saying that I'm like
right?
GTA 4.
Dude, this game was so good. Transformers over Cybertron was such a good game.
Was it really?
The whole series they did, that whole like 2 or 3 games.
Dude, Dead Rising 2 came out. What a time to be a gamer, dude. 2010 was lit. Holy crap.
Xbox 360 period was the best.
Dude, oh my god, there's like a good game every other week coming out. That's what I miss back. I remember going to the GameStop like every week. I was like, holy crap, look at this game. Let's buy this. Let's buy that. Like,
so yeah, I don't know if you have any other ideas, but that's my initial.
Another good example of sandbox and Metro 2033 also came
out.
Oh
my god, yes.
So
okay, never mind. It's the sandbox period.
Yeah, that's
it's the sandbox period. So 2009 through 2011 is the sandbox period. So I'm definitely putting Halo Reach on here. You can't stop me. I don't care if it's biased.
I don't care.
And Minecraft goes on here. What do you want our third one to be? We had to figure out a third one.
Our third like big game.
Yeah, I'm putting top 3 for each one.
Let's see. I'm looking at the best I think you put Red Dead, right?
I mean, would you wait? Red Dead or GTA? I guess it's between those. Which one do you think is more? I would argue Red Dead because GTA 5 I would say is more sandbox than Red Dead 2, but then than Red Dead. But I think that Red Dead is more sandbox than GTA 4.
I want to say a part of me wants to be like Red Dead is better, but like I also can't ignore the fact that GTA 4 is like one of those groundbreaking things that like came out.
But is GTA 4 more sandbox? Is the question.
Yeah.
The question is it a better game? The question is it more sandbox?
I think GTA 4 is more
Really?
sandbox. I mean, I think like to me, Red Dead Redemption is very. To me, here's the interesting. So I know like they're kind of the same thing. Like,
right. That's the bigger problem.
Like Red Dead to me is like open world. I know that they're kind of the same.
Right.
But like to me, like just for this argument, I go like.
Oh, you know what? I am gonna go with GTA 4 because it was like to my knowledge, like whenever I think about like modding, even like GTA 4, it was like way more accessible for modding and stuff. Which I would argue kind of goes into like a sandbox kind of thing.
Is this 2011? Skyrim came out.
Oh, we're picking Skyrim.
I was saying that. I was like, when did Skyrim come out?
That's not the Skyrim song, but I don't know it. So.
And how many years is this going back to? Is it just 10?
I have 2011 through 2009. I think I put down.
I was saying because Fallout 3 was 2008. So like that's really like. It was October.
I would argue Skyrim is more sandbox.
Oh no, I was just helping that argument.
Oh
like
yeah, absolutely.
These sandbox.
Yeah. Sandbox period. Here we go.
Yeah.
The sandbox extension. The sandbox ghost. Beware. Oh, Chrome quit unexpectedly. Of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't worry. I have.
It's fine. No, it's fine. I mean,
I'd say and Mass Effect. I mean, Mass Effect's kind of sandbox, not really.
No.
But it's like more open.
No, I gotta disagree there.
Okay.
Which does want me to go into my. I don't know if we're far back enough yet to make sorry, but there's definitely a period that is. God damn it, Chrome!
Get your shit together.
It's. I know what it is. It's one of these image files I won't save. I think it's. I want to say that it's Minecraft's because fuck.
I'll say Fallout New Vegas came out in 2010.
I want to argue that the time of Halo 2 and Modern Warfare, there's a period that is like the blockbuster story.
Oh, dude, Halo 3 came out like right around.
But I don't think we can start when the first ones came out because I don't think it's actually a thing until everyone makes the sequel and then people start making their own.
Well, either way, Halo 3 came out in 2007.
Yeah, it might reach later. We have to do some
Halo 3 came out in 2007. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's really really weird to think about.
That is nuts. What year is it now?
2017.
I thought it was 2018 for a second.
It has been a solid decade.
I kind of freaked out a little bit.
In November. God damn it, Minecraft! It's just Minecraft! Why can't I save the logo for goddamn Minecraft?
Just do it later!
No, I'm going to do it. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, in November will be a solid decade since that came out. That's crazy.
That is what. No, it came out in September, so it's already been a decade. Yeah, sorry, Mike, you're old.
I thought Halo's always came out in November though.
No, but I remember when Halo 3 came out. They were getting all the Mountain Dew out.
Oh, it's September. Yeah.
Yeah, they got all the Mountain Dew, all the whole 9 yards, man. That Halo 3 was everywhere.
I ordered so Halo 3 I owned after it came out because I didn't get an Xbox till like I think a year.
I didn't get an Xbox till like 2010.
No, I got an Xbox 6 months before Reach because I just missed the beta for Reach.
Oh, the beta was so good.
Yeah, because I had ODST with it and the beta was already done.
It was fantastic.
I remember I just like I'm like, Mom, I want something, like it was his 16th birthday. I'm like, I think it was 16th birthday. It was 50. It was a bigger one. I'm like, Mom, like I don't like I just want this $100 edition of Halo Reach.
Really?
That's all I want. I want the flaming skull head because I was doing like machinimas and stuff. Like I want the flaming skull armor. I want the booklet. I want the giant statue.
I was like, you have the big box thing.
That's what it is. Yeah, like it's so nice.
My mom, I remember when I bought the big box thing, like I told my mom I ordered it, like the $150 version, and I remember as did my friend because I think they only ordered like 10 at the GameStop we went to, and I remember sitting there like at the store and I was like, I got the legendary edition of Halo Reach. He's like, oh yeah, okay, and he lugs out this big ass box. I'm like, holy shit!
Did you not look before you ordered it?
Well, I didn't know how big it was. It just said like what came in it. Like I didn't know how big it was.
Well, the crate was like on the marketing.
Oh, I didn't. I just
and
looked
the
at
statue size was on the marketing.
I mean, but I was like, what, 13, 14? I didn't really think about it.
No, we were older than that. We were definitely.
I was dating Kim Nyhart at the time. I was most certainly 14 years old. I knew it was.
Halo Reach came out in 2010.
That's
so 7 years ago.
I graduated.
Yeah, 14. Yeah.
Yeah, 14. Yeah, I graduated.
Wait, no, you would have been 15 because I would have been 14.
I wasn't driving.
You were 15, yeah.
I might have been, yeah. But I remember calling my girlfriend.
Yeah, man, God, what is wrong? We're so old.
I remember calling my girlfriend crying because I was like opening it. I was like, oh my God, it's the best thing ever.
I think I want the statue to take my virginity.
She's like, get your crap together, Jack. I'm like, I can't, I'm crying.
We have a date tonight, Jack.
That was a pretty good impression of her. That was pretty close. So
I just did snotty high school girlfriend. That's kind of
that's
where that goes.
But yeah, so we go. We have 2000.
So we're down to 2009. So we need 2008 through blank.
Best games of 2008.
All right, here we go.
I can only imagine.
Vision this chart's shaping up real nice here.
I can only imagine what the best games of 2008 would be.
I'm really excited we're doing this. This is really fun.
I can't even remember. Okay, no.
I had this idea I think 20 minutes before you got over here. And
I just searched in my email best games of 2008.
Nice job.
No emails about that.
Crazy. You're not just emailing people about that all the time?
Yeah, I wish, dude. I wish my
Birdo's not just giving you updates.
Yeah, I wish my emails were about video games.
I know, right?
Okay.
One day.
Well, GTA 4 is 2008. So
yeah, but that's the end. Like the trend ends at the end date. So 2008 is when the trend ends.
Left 4 Dead came out in 2008.
I just realized a game that I didn't bring up during your topic, and we're not going to discuss it, but how did we not discuss Metal Gear?
Oh, I never played Metal Gear.
Yeah. What? Wait a minute. What?
I have Metal Gear Solid 5. I have not touched it.
You don't play it first. You play it last.
Oh, oops.
Oh, what? Oh, there's content to be made.
I've never played Metal Gear.
Can we even make it? Those games are so long.
I've never touched a Metal Gear game.
I have to figure this out.
And I've never touched it. Guess what came out in 2008, though? Gears of War 2. Just saying. Gears of War 2.
So...
Oh, Spore came out. Oh, my God.
Let's not talk about that.
Do you remember Spore?
Let's not talk about that.
Dude, what a time. Oh, but I think Crysis came out. Did Crysis come out? That's huge if Crysis came out. Oh, Guitar Hero?
Guitar Hero.
No, Guitar Hero. I think the last one came out.
So Black Ops came out in 2000. So Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009. That means Modern Warfare came out in 2007?
Oh my God. Little Big Planet. Gotta write that one down.
But what? That would have been under Sandbox if it was during the Sandbox era.
I'm trying to think.
What year did it come out?
2008. Yeah.
Yeah. We already picked our 3, so.
That's fine.
Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2007. What? Gears of War 2, when did that come out?
2008.
2008?
Yeah. Gears of War 2 is pretty big.
When did Mass Effect 2 come out?
2010.
Really?
Yeah.
When did 3 come out?
Oh, God. I think that came out.
I just feel old. Made me feel old. I'm like, oh, God. I don't want to believe that.
Mass Effect 3 came out when I was in high school, so...
What were other? Oh,
how far back are we going?
Medal of Honor. We can go back. We have to figure that out.
No. What is our current? What 2000?
2008 and back.
Okay, so Modern Warfare, 2007. So wait, by the way, Modern Warfare, Halo 3, is the blockbuster.
I think this is the shooter. This is the shooter.
This is the blockbuster. Yeah,
it's either the shooter or the franchise. I don't know.
No, this is the 100% the shooter. This is 100. 2000. This is when Modern Warfare came out.
Well, I would argue the shooters were also big in the earlier 2000s. Because you have Medal of Honor doing Rising Sun.
Yeah, but Call of Duty.
Rising
but I mean, but Call of Duty 4.
When did Airborne come out?
I mean, the best game of all time.
I'm just actually generally
I think it's 2000. No, maybe 2007.
2007.
Wow, God, that game is so good.
Here's how I know. When did Bad Company 2 come out?
2010.
Okay, and when Bad Company 1 come out? Because that franchise was great.
That might be 7.
8.
8.
Okay. I think it's weird, but I think it's the franchise. I think you're correct. I think it's or not the franchise. It's the blockbuster.
Oh yeah, dude. This is like you're playing Halo, you're playing Call of Duty, you're not buying some dinky Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Came out. Bionicle Heroes. Don't act like that game is banging. I had that. It was
Jack
good.
Barron. So when are we saying this started?
Oh wait, no. What did I say? What did I say?
I don't know.
Bionicle Heroes came out 2006.
So what year are we starting this in? 2006, 5,
8.
Okay. When did Halo 2 come out?
Yeah, let me see.
I'm checking now. 2004, Halo 2 came out. I'm okay with saying 2004, 2005.
And 2005 is Call of Duty 2. Yeah, okay, this is you're in the shooter.
Yeah, let's go 2004.
That's fair, yeah.
This is the blockbuster. And I think we're just kind of like Madden and stuff. I think we're talking about story-based blockbusters, which also happen to be shooters too.
I would say I think it's in the sense of I think you're playing. I think for not like the first time, but I think like this is where like, to me, like Mario's famous, right?
Right.
But like, this is where like.
But that's not a blockbuster. I mean, Nintendo properties, while to gamers they're blockbusters, not presented as blockbusters.
To me, like when this time is like Halo 3 is coming out, and you're like, you know how excited people are for like Star Wars movies? You're like, oh my god,
right.
like Halo 3 is coming, like we're gonna see it.
Exactly.
This is like Call of Duty 4 is coming out, like this is.
And like this is when you like also had the term AAA developers start going around.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, like this is like you are. I think this is where people start taking notice of games, and they're like, look at these.
Here's the hard part though. Not to cut you off, but we have to actually. This is gonna be the real discussion. What are our 3 games?
I think you have to put Halo 3 on there. I think Halo 3 did.
Well, Halo 3 is out of this time period. We're looking for ones. So Halo 2, I guess?
No, Halo 3 is in 2007.
Isn't? Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of... Wait, was it? That was 2008.
No. Halo 3 is 2007.
Nani?
Yeah.
Crazy.
We
Halo
just
3.
talked about that.
Halo 3. I'm sorry. I'm really... It's been a long weekend and you know this.
just talked about it.
It's been a long weekend and you know this.
I think you got to put Modern Warfare on there, too.
Yeah, Modern Warfare is going on.
Modern Warfare got put on there.
So, do you put Gears or Mass Effect? Or...
I don't think you put Gears. I don't think Gears is Halo. I don't think they go on the same.
I think Gears tries to be Halo, but it isn't Halo.
I think Gears is very popular. I think it's very good.
I agree with these sentiments.
I would say it's like one of the Xbox's flagship series, but it's not like I wouldn't walk down the street. I'm like, Gears of War? They're like, Gears of War? Of course I know Gears of War. I'm like, Master Chief? They're like, yeah, I know who Master Chief the fuck is. Like, yeah, everyone knows Master Chief. Yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, absolutely. Hey, this is, I forgot.
I need one more. This is going to be hard.
Like another big,
so we eliminated Gears. There's not Half-Life. Mass Effect. We can choose from.
I think Half-Life 2 came out, dude.
Half-Life 2 came out, but I wouldn't even call Half-Life 2 a blockbuster. Like that's only like a blockbuster in like the gaming sphere. Like it wasn't like you didn't see like ads on like the Super Bowl for like.
Oh, okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
And we're not counting like Madden and stuff because like they're not like.
I mean, GTA 4 is 2008. Like GTA 4.
GTA 4, I wouldn't call that a blockbuster either, though, to be honest.
Okay, so it'll be a blockbuster.
Like GTA was super hard to market for years because like.
Yeah, no,
like the stigma, you know.
Wow, there are a lot of weird games. I'm like
a lot of weird games.
Assassin's Creed came out. That's wow.
Ooh, that could be a good one.
Medal of Honor Airborne. Look at that.
Now you're saying it. I kind of want to go with Assassin's Creed.
I don't know. That's like, was that big then? I don't think it was big until
when did Assassin's Creed 2 come out?
That is a good question.
I'm looking up now.
Ben 10, Protector of Earth. That's a good one.
Okay, 2 came out in 2009, so maybe it's a little bit late to say that one. What are some other Ubisoft? Oh, wait. No, I just put the name of the character in another game. Check out when Uncharted games came out.
Here we go. BioShock. Oh, BioShock came out.
So wow, the first Uncharted came out in 2007. Why do I feel like that was so much longer ago? Jesus Christ.
This is cool. I found like this Wikipedia thing called the years in gaming.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see there's like the big events. I'm trying to see
big events.
I'm trying to see if there's anything that like jumps out where I'm like, oh man, like this is.
I feel like we're spiraling. We need to figure out.
Oh, I would say they announced StarCraft 2. That was in the. I remember StarCraft 2. That was like a big deal when it was announced.
Yeah, but like that was in the gaming sphere though. Like that's all. Like I don't count that as a blockbuster. Is my point.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's might be. I mean, I don't think Battlefield came out.
I wouldn't even call Battlefield a blockbuster though. Like it was never treated the same way as like Call of Duty was. So like more like.
I don't know. I don't know. I think those might be the only two summer movie blockbuster games.
I'm just gonna search greatest game franchise and just.
I'm trying to think if there's anything where I'm like, yes, this is like what I'm thinking of.
There's so many of them that like slip through. Oh, BioShock. When did BioShocks come out?
2007. Yeah. I mean, do you call that a blockbuster game or?
I would call that a blockbuster game. It's treated as like it's marketed as such.
I remember Game Informer had a whole big deal about it when it was coming out. Like they were like,
2007.
Oh wait, no, dude, Uncharted came out.
Uncharted came out in 2007. So I said that. Yeah, I was going through that.
Yeah, Uncharted came out.
I was trying to find ones that the second one came out in like this
and Mass
time
Effect
period.
came out.
Right, I was trying to find ones that like the second one came out in this time period, but it's. I would agree those count. So like, which one are we gonna put in those?
I put Mass Effect.
Yeah,
I put Mass Effect. I remember when Mass Effect also had commercials too. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was like treated as a blockbuster.
Mass Effect had that was like Xbox was like, we need an RPG, and like this is the one we're using. Like this is
we need something, and this is what we're going with, boys.
And Mass Effect was all over the news too. For, like the sex scene, like it was all over.
I didn't watch the news because I was.
I remember like watching it like later, and I was like, okay.
So you went back and watched old like news segments.
I think it came up. I think I was doing it for a class, and it came up
today. Bill Clinton said, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman."
Amen.
All right, cool. We got through 2004. I'm sure the audience is super bored by now, but we're gonna keep going.
Amen. We're here doing our job. It's all the way to 2004. I guess that is. Yeah, and Splinter. Yeah, so I would say even Splinter Cell came out too. Like I think that's a year of the franchise. Like
those years of franchises like taking over.
Yeah, 2004 is Half-Life 2. Like, yeah, the year of the franchise, years of these games. And Halo 2 is 2004.
Okay, now we gotta go 2003 back. This is where we start getting the muddy waters here.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty rough for everyone. Beyond Good and Evil, though. There you go. That's just for you.
It's a sweet one.
Max Payne's out. Wow, these are some weird. These are weird games. Wow, these games are really weird. Oh, here we go. I would say.
Oh wait, I do have a suggestion for 97 through 2000, and my argument is the RTS platforms, like RTS games.
Sure, I think that's.
I think that might be it. We can get it when we get there, but I think that has to be it.
I'm observing.
You have Command and Conquer, you have StarCraft, you have Age of Empires. Technically, Roller Coaster Tycoon is a simulator, but it kind of functions like an RTS in ways.
This is honestly, this is a really weird. This is a weird time for me. This is a very purely because this is before anything is big. This is like
this is when we picked up games, but we picked them up on the later half, I think, and that's the problem.
But what I'm saying is like there's nothing here that I'm looking at. I'm looking at like these top like oh wait a minute. I think I know where we are.
Tell me.
This is when like Jak and Daxter. This might be like the whole Ratchet and Clank thing. I don't know how to describe that time period.
Oh wait, hold
on.
I know how to figure this out.
Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper. Okay, yeah, here we go. Hold on now. I know where we're at.
Yeah.
Like is that Banjo-Kazooie too?
Yeah, that's too old though. That's too old. I always forget like which platform that was on originally.
That's like the 90s.
It's like it's 98.
Dude,
like
that is,
I was gonna say it's the year of collectibles, but it's a little late for collectibles. Oh, mascots! It's the mascot generation, where everyone's making a mascot.
Oh, dude, 2002 Super Mario Sunshine. Yeah, we got.
That game's great, but like
this is mascots.
Like, yeah. But like when everyone else was like Nintendo was already doing it, but this is when like everyone else like Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank.
Kingdom Hearts came out in 2002. Oh wow,
that doesn't count though.
That is shocking.
Yeah, that's old.
That is.
When are we getting 3?
That is shocking.
Wait. Have you played through all the Kingdom Hearts games?
Yes, of course.
So you played through all the Kingdom Hearts games, but you haven't played one fucking Metal Gear?
Sorry.
Oh my god.
I know that Metal Gear's good. Like I understand that. Like
I understand it's good. I choose not to.
Dude, I don't think I've ever finished a Zelda game. Like I never sat down. Like,
this is like you trying to get me to drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, except for I don't know it's good because I don't think it's good.
I've never sat down and played an entire Zelda game like this from start to finish.
I don't know. Maybe there's not enough mascots coming out. So like,
what do you mean?
Maybe too long. Well, like in the 2000s.
When in the 2000s, like there's not. You actually don't want to call it the mascot.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. So Ratchet and Clank, Banjo-Kazooie. What are some other franchises? They made mascots, like not like
Jak and Daxter. Banjo-Kazooie.
I said those.
Spyro.
And Spyro came out earlier than that, didn't it?
I think this is right around that time. I won't be surprised.
Spyro I don't know what the first game was called. Spyro the Dragon is a platform game developed by. Okay, it's called Spyro the Dragon.
Here's Spyro's Season of Ice.
Spyro the Dragon was released in '98.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
oh my god,
I feel like it'd be the late '90s.
Maybe
it's just that. Maybe it's just '90s versus.
Also, can we talk about Paper Mario came out in 2000?
Oh yeah.
What? Like, why is Paper Mario older than I think it is? Oh,
I don't know.
Pokemon Ruby came out. Sapphire. Dude, those are the Pokemon games.
But those are like RPGs in general. Though. Like that doesn't define anything specifically. Pokemon just killed everything. I'm actually trying to see when the Game Boy Advance came out because it might be the handheld generation. I think it might be the handheld generation. 2001 is when the Game Boy came out.
Honestly, I honestly forgot that handhelds were a thing. So I think you might be correct because I did not touch a console at that age. I was like playing.
Right, I was playing on a handheld.
I was playing on my Game Boy. So
it might be the handheld generation, maybe like 2000 through 2003.
Yeah.
Or
no,
2000.
I like that.
2001.
No, I
2000.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot actually.
All right, so we got Pokemon. Because like obviously there was the Game Boy Color, but I think the Game Boy Advance was the one that really like saturated the market.
Oh, wait, when did Game Boy Advance come out?
2001 in Japan.
Oh yeah, hold on. 2003, Super Mario Luigi All Stars, Superstar Saga. Yeah, say no more, bro.
And Ruby came out in 2002.
Did it really?
Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire. Yeah.
No, I mean I'm telling you, that's like Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire are games where like everyone I knew. Like,
the first one I owned was Silver, but it was on a Game Boy Advance. I played on Game Boy Advance.
Pokemon Yellow was the first video game I ever played in my entire life. I was like, I felt like someone gave me a
What
Game
was the
Boy.
first video? I can't even think what the first video game I played was.
Like I forget. I always think about the fact that someone bought me a Game Boy, and I didn't know what a Game Boy was.
My parents wouldn't buy me a Game Boy, but my grandmom, who to this day still doesn't have cable or internet at her house, decided to buy me a Game Boy Advance, so I had something to do at her house because she loves me very much. But my parents wouldn't let me keep it even though it's mine, so they wouldn't let me take it home. I could only play it because they didn't want me having a game console at all. So I used to work against video games, so I could only play video. I only was able to play my own video games when I was at grandmom's. But then when I'm at grandmom's, they're like, spend time with your grandmom, and I'm like, no, I want to play the Game Boy that's here.
Did your grandma have? Do you know that gaming console that had a remote for the controller?
What do you mean?
Like like a TV remote. That was like. You ever play Mario Hotel?
No. She doesn't understand video games. She just bought it for me because
what was that on?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
The Philips CDI. Yeah.
What is going on here?
Oh my
Wait, we need to figure this out. What are defining other handheld games? When did Paper Mario come out? That was a good one.
Lord. What?
Was Paper Mario handheld, right? Or was that GameCube?
No, that wasn't handheld.
It was GameCube. Wasn't the RPG on? Wasn't there RPG on? Oh, that was Mario RPG. That was DS. I'm thinking of.
Trying to think. Hold on a second.
Come on, we need to get through this, Jack. We're never gonna get through this.
I'm right here. Hold on. I'm trying to find the best games for it. Handheld games. What year's Nintendogs?
What year is Nintendogs?
Nintendogs.
That's a DS game. That's not a Game Boy Advance game.
That might be like 2004, I think.
Like I would say the DS is like the
actual. Dude, Nintendogs is 2005. That's the DS 2005.
What?
Yeah.
But we're at 2003 as our start point.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to unless you want to argue that the blockbuster generation is 2006 through 2008 and cut off 2 years.
No, I think this is fine where we are. Hold on a second. Maybe this handheld games 2003.
Like I would argue DS really put handhelds on the market, but I would argue the Game Boy Advance is the one that put it into the idea and the consciousness of gamers.
I'm trying to think best. Dude, I can't remember handheld games. Like,
best Game Boy Advance games. Game Boy Advance is only handheld, so just do Game Boy Advance games.
Okay. Oh man, yeah. Let me see what we got there. Oh, but I think it's just Pokemon, dude. I think that this is like
just Pokemon. I don't think you'd be wrong. I don't think you'd be wrong.
Pokemon, Mario Brothers. Oh my god, how did I know? Oh, Kirby. Like you might even be able to call us a Nintendo era. Like,
Jesus.
I think it's like when Nintendo was like kicking ass.
I don't know, man. This is a hard one. I think maybe we just have to call it quits. Like maybe we just don't have enough info on our own.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like I don't think we were playing. Like here's my thing. I think if someone who is older.
Like I would call it the Nintendo generation, but I think it does disservice to the N64 generation. That's my problem.
I think to me that also, because here's my thing. I didn't grow up. Like the way I think nostalgically about like you know how I think about Medal of Honor Airborne.
Yeah,
there are people who think about games that I haven't played from that generation.
But like Medal of Honor Airborne.
But they're like I know for a fact like all of my friends love like this little old game right here.
Yeah,
and you weren't around to play it, so therefore you don't get it. And I think that's that's me like being honest with myself.
Right.
Like I sit there, I go 10 years old, I was playing Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire like 8 hours a day.
Melee, I know that.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I was playing. I would even call this the, like I don't want to call it like the friend, not the friend, the like just everyone was in on it. Like,
yeah.
Like this to me was like when everyone my age was all in on like gaming. They're like, this is
Right.
like everyone's playing. Everyone had a Game Boy, everyone had a GameCube. Like everyone I knew.
I think we just call it quits here, but we
Sure.
revisit this at some point.
I mean, I know for like at that time, like that like 2001, 2003, like everyone I knew. Like I know like it's just not. I hope it doesn't sound sexist, but like I don't think girls were in, like when I was like in first grade. I didn't know many girls.
Get ready
were
for
video
this.
games.
Good thing we're not monetizing our videos anymore.
No, I'm not saying like I just didn't know people who did. Like to me, it was like that was a guy thing.
Not feminist enough for YouTube advertising.
No, but like that to me was like I was like, oh, like people were like, my parents would be like, gaming's a boy thing. I'm like, oh, okay, and like that's like what I was told. And like, but like I remember that everyone I knew had a Game Boy. Like everyone in my grade had a Game Boy. Everyone I knew had one. Like everyone was playing Pokemon. Everyone was playing Mario. Like that's like to me, this was like everyone was like the cord, like trading Pokemon. Like that's what was weird to me. Like to me, that was the first time.
The link cable.
Like that was the first time to me where everyone I knew was like doing one thing.
Didn't the link cable? Because in Ruby they introduced tag team battles, if I'm correct, right? There's
no,
tag team battles.
that was because Fire Red had the wireless one. Fire Red came with the wireless.
No. In Ruby, you could have 2 Pokemon out at a time.
Emerald you could.
But you couldn't in Ruby and Sapphire.
I think. Ooh, wait. I think you might have.
Well, at least several.
Right.
So at least in Emerald, which is like the same like time period, you had, which is still before Fire Red or whatever. I don't know. But you could use double battles. Like I choose Pikachu and Rhydon against your Jirachi and your Celebi. Okay, right? You know what I'm saying? And because of that, I think you could have 4-person battles. So if I remember correctly, get me a picture of the link cable. I'm going through this in my mind.
Yes. I'm trying to find the first one that has the.
Just Google link cable because this will answer the question. I'm pretty sure the link cable had a box in the middle of the link cable, so you could daisy chain link cables, so that you could have a 4, and that was only there.
There it is. Yeah,
4-player Pokemon.
That right there. That little circle thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
So they
How
I don't
silly.
think any other game I don't think it functioned for any other game except for to do 4-player Pokemon battles.
How silly.
Just for Pokemon. Pokemon was such a big game that they made an entire hardware adjustment just to satisfy Pokemon.
I'm trying to see, where is the first one?
I think it's Ruby Sapphire.
It
definitely wasn't in Diamond. Not Diamond. It definitely wasn't in like Silver, unless I'm going crazy. Or
Oh, okay. No. So I think there were double battles, but Emerald is the first one where 2 trainers can look at you at once. You know what I mean? Like if someone sees you.
That's a double battle.
No. But in Ruby, there were 2 people who would stand next to each other, and you would be a double battle.
Yeah.
But Emerald's the first one. Where if you
encounter
if you walked into 2 sides,
singles can become doubles. You mean?
I think yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
think
I got you. Overcomplicating, but I got it.
Yeah, they would come together.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So.
All right. So to review, and you guys can let us know again what you guys think about all this. Hate us, and I want to add that I think that if we hash this out a little bit more, we'd agree that in the late '90s was like the mascot time, maybe. Like where everyone had mascots like Mario and all that stuff was getting proliferated, like Sonic, Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I think as well. Like I don't think, I think if we had, if we sat down, we like did a lot of research, we could really make a really good timeline.
Right. This is the episode I want to revisit.
No, I agree, but I think I'm looking at our list, and I think this is a very good description of what we talk about on the show, and even I think it's even more impressive just how flippin' old we are. Like I like just looking.
So flippin' old.
Like to me, like just looking at like this list of games.
It's funny because it's old. We think here's ready to feel really old. So we say, wow, we're so old because it's been 7 years since we were 14, but most of our gaming started when we were like 8-ish, right?
Yeah.
Which means we were alive another 8 years on top of how old we're feeling from being 8.
Well, that's what I was saying. I look at me playing Halo 3. I'm like, wow, what a childhood. And I go, wait a minute, I was playing Halo 3 when I was like 14. Like I was like I can like 14.
Take that,
like,
ESRB.
Like 14 is like a week ago. Whereas like the fact that I was playing, like I don't know what I even owned on N64. What flipping games did I have? Like what the hell was I playing? Like I had it for years. Like what the fuck was I playing? Like I remember playing my PS2.
Wait, what system?
N64.
Ocarina of Time.
I know I didn't play. I've never played a Zelda game. I know
the
for
original Smash Brothers.
I know for a fact that I rented Zelda and I didn't know how to play it. I talked about this on the show.
Donkey Kong Racing.
I think Mario
Kart.
No, I think no. Here's what I'm saying. I think N64 was a console that I only owned like 2 or 3 games, but I rented all the time.
Hold on. So you're telling me you owned one of the most expensive consoles, inflated, adjusted for inflation, or not just for maybe I don't know, but one of the most expensive consoles, and owned just didn't have any games for it.
Well, no, I would go every week and I'd rent one.
Okay,
I'd go and just grab it out of the the Hollywood Video. And,
God, Hollywood Video.
but I'm saying it's nuts to just even sit down and be like the fact that I can't rattle off like oh, what were you playing in 2007? Jesus Christ, like what was I playing in 2007? Like I remember having stacks of games this high.
Did my balls drop in 2007? Yes or no?
Like I had a stack of games this high, so I sit there, I go,
oh yeah, I know.
Like I owned 70 games.
I mean, mine was more like this high because I'm not privileged like you.
Yeah, it's fair. But I said, I owned like 60 games. I go, what? I can't even name 10 of them. Like, what the hell was I playing? Like, what are these weird? Like, I go through my Xbox achievements, and I'm like I remember playing the Born Legacy game. I'm like,
man.
I'm like, what? I remember that game being so cool. I'm like, why did I even own that? And it's just very funny to think that to me that was a time where like people were just like spewing out. I remember the biggest issue at that time was like shovelware. Like people were like just like any game is just coming out, and you're just like people are just throwing games at you. I remember going to GameStop and there was like buy 3 used games, get 1 free. I just bought like 3 games for $2. Got like a free one.
There's still a lot of shovelware. Like I'll like end of the Xbox 360 era, I would just pick up random like games from like Five Below for like $5.
Like I said, I miss being young and I would like play anything.
Right.
Like, I missed that. Where I'm
you missed not having taste.
Yeah, I miss not giving a shit. Like I'm like, ooh, like look at this like goofy like shooter game. I want that. Like grab it.
Hey, look, it's a pink Sonic.
Yeah, I remember I bought Brink. I thought Brink was so cool. Brink could have been in another universe. That
Brink is like best game.
Oh, in another universe, Brink is the best game of all time.
In another universe, Brink is Halo. Like,
yeah, in another universe, there is no other game but Brink. Everyone just stopped making games after Brink. They're like, okay, that's
Brink is actually just a profession. It's like you play Brink all day to
like,
generate
that
resources.
To me is a game. I sit there, I go,
so much.
God damn it.
All right, so to review. Well, we'll discount the handheld age for now, and we have the chart on screen.
Sure, come back.
But 2004, 2008 is the blockbuster, headlined by Mass Effect, Modern Warfare, and Halo 3.
Yeah, to me, this is where you are seeing like my mom is probably like, why is Halo on TV? Like that's
what is this, Jack, and why is your Halo in my TV?
Yeah, like why is Halo so big? What the hell is a Modern Warfare? Like this is like where to me. Like my parents were like, okay, this might be bigger than I think it is. Like this might be something that like this is where my mom realizes that her.
This is where it's just like I don't know.
Like my mom's like, oh, my son will grow out of gaming, and then I got Modern Warfare, and then I just never looked back. Like,
he's a nerd forever.
I put Modern Warfare in the first time. It plopped me down, and I was like, oh shit! Like
you did your first no scope, and you're like. Yeah. Just like your eyes go wide, like
I remember playing Xbox Live for the first time. I like peed my pants. I was like, "What?" I'm like, I killed someone. I was like, I killed another person.
So then we have what I dubbed Sandbox Nation, 2009 through 2011, head right by Skyrim, Halo Reach because its sandbox was insane, and of course Minecraft.
The fact that Minecraft is what it is now is astonishing. I remember being like, Minecraft.
The fact that people use Minecraft in like classrooms is weird.
I mean, I think Minecraft is dumb, but but I can't.
I'm indifferent.
Like, I can't argue the fact that
I'm autistic, so as Rick said, I'm starting to love it.
Dude, that's one of the funnious jokes on that show.
It was so good.
Is this game meant for autistic people? I was like, wow, that is
no.
So
Is it popular with autistic?
Oh
people?
Yeah, because I'm loving it.
And then we have the MOBA generation / online TCGs, or just online games in general. I guess like this might also be peak WoW. I'm not sure. Well, we didn't discuss like WoW and stuff like that.
I don't think we were WoW people. So.
Yeah, I was a fan, but I never played the game. I never played the show, the game.
Yeah.
Headlined by Heroes, League of Legends, and Hearthstone. Notably like other games, obviously like Smite, 2012, 2014, and our current generation, the objective shooter, and I guess like not open world, but objective shooter world game of 2015 and 2017.
I think this is
Destiny, PUBG, Overwatch.
This is where when you buy a game, you're no longer buying a game. You're
service. Oh, games as service. That's another thing it could have been defined as. Yeah.
I'll say games of service.
Please let us know what you think about that if you're still watching at this point, because there was a lot of dead air.
I would say games of service. I would say games as culture. Like this is where like when you buy a game now, you're buying into a.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, you're buying. I think Overwatch is a hobby.
You had to like mortgage your house in the game.
Yeah, I would say, but like, I know people who like when they buy Overwatch, like there's like that's what I play. I play Overwatch, or like I play PUBG. Like those are just what these people play, and it is just very, or Destiny. I think you're buying a game like I'm gonna be playing this game for the next 6 months. Like that's what you're signing up for. So it's very, very interesting. I'm excited to see where the timeline goes. I'm very excited. I think it would be really cool since you have space to scoot those back, and maybe next time we do a little speculating of like what.
Oh, the future? Yeah,
what will be occurring in
It's
the
the
future.
beauty of Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like we said in the beginning.
Can
editing.
you move that? Can you move that over?
Yeah, basically. All right, Jack. We only got a few frames left to give us a sign out. Go, hurry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Oh God! If you like this, follow us on Twitter. I'm at the Mighty Mike.
At the Red Baron.
Oh no, the card is oh, we're at black screen. All right, hold on. We're just gonna do it from black screen. So you can follow me at the Mighty Mike.
At the Red Baron is mine.
And you can follow also our Twitter for the channel in the description down below. But if you want to follow us the channel more, we do more stuff over on Facebook because it's easier to post videos and articles and stuff like that. It is facebook.com/Your Entertainment Network Team, or again, link in the description down below for all that stuff because it's real easy like that. Let us know what you think about our topics today.
I can't see, Mike. It's dark. I can't see.
Check out more videos on the channel and subscribe for more great content. And I think it's time. Oh shit! I think we already powered down. I guess technically.
Wait, power up and power down.
I mean, we can't because the card's full.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Dude, so like, do we just fuck now?
The rest could be.
You can't stop what's in the dark.
Good thing we stopped recording.
Yeah.